Alright, so this is the other one with the bald tires. This is why I don't drive it. There was a dent here, I pulled it out and all the crap came off of it. Anyway, I haven't started this truck in maybe 6 months. What I usually do is I keep the batteries disconnected, but there ain't much of a computer in here. Let's see. This one always starts up really easy. This one here has 250,000 miles on it. Unlike the other truck, it's got a lot more. This still got the goddamn buzzer. And this one's I had to have the 5-speed rebuilt when I first got it. Fires right up every time. It does run a little rough sometimes and do some weird stuff. I actually have it on the tuner. You hear it change. This is 6 is rolling coal on your ass. I mean, like, you won't even be able to see. And then 5 is whatever, but 2 is your high idle, which I'm gonna let high idle for a minute. So when I bought this truck in 2018, I think it was, we found this card in it. NLTD, no limit tuning and design, dynoproven.com. And they have like phone number on here, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Anyway, I think that guy's in prison, but I'm not sure. So that's just the code for a manual transmission. And 1 is stock, 2 is high idle, 3 economy, 4 tow, 5 daily, 6 is smoke. But I don't know if it's actually been tuning. It's a TS performance chip, and so then this is just a Beans Performance Diesel or Diesel Performance BDP. So this truck has an intercooler on it, which they didn't come with in '97, and it has the TS Performance 6-position chip, and which is nice when you want to start it in the winter. You can high idle it and let it heat up. But also, there is a night and day difference between putting it on number 1 and number 3 or on any of the other ones. And if you put it on 5, so the stock TS Performance chip is just supposed to, like, 1 is normal, 2 is high idle, 3 is like plus 40 horsepower, and then like 4 is like plus 80, and then like 5 is like plus 120, and then 6 is 150 plus. And it does behave like that. You know, it's very noticeable, especially when you go around the corner and accelerate. But so this truck here would have had, you can see the thing down there that's for a automatic transmission. The cluster would be there. The one problem with these trucks is the bearings in the steering column go bad. So I have the bearings, I just need to do it. And the dash is all cracked as shit, you know, but I got odometer gauges up in it and everything. So basically, when I turn the lights on in here, I go ahead and everything's green, and those are green. And I have seen this thing go pretty close to all the way on the boost. Definitely 25. The pyrometer is tapped in the wrong place. I don't know why they did that, but so now this truck's actually pretty noisy too, because it has the 5-inch exhaust or some crap like that. I'll just let it idle now. But I need to get tires for it, and then I can drive it. And the front end is the TTB 4-wheel drive front end, which sucks, so they just keep falling apart. But it's a really cool truck and pretty straight for the most part. And I guess when the white one finally dies, this is what I'll probably end up driving, because we're not in a position to be buying more vehicles. This one's a manual transmission, so she can't drive it, and my Volkswagen is also a manual transmission, so she can't drive it. So they just sit here, nobody else can drive them except for me. So anyway, this thing just purrs, but after it warms up for a while, I think that there's a little oil leaking out of the turbo seals and stuff like that, and so it'll change a little bit. But also, it behaves a lot differently in the winter. You can't really hear this one whistle like the other truck, but it does. Let's see here. In fact, this one at an idle is way lopier. I gotta make sure I'm not in gear. You hear the throwout bearing, even though it's new. Because this is not a California emissions truck. They got the damn TTB. I lost a driveline on this truck one time too. For some reason, my bed doesn't sit normal right here. But this fire's completely done too. So it just sits here. It's happy to sit here. It's all leaf lift, which I fucking hate. And they welded the brackets on the TTB. So these bushings will wear out, and the ones up in there will wear out also. It also had a crack right here that had to be welded. Drop brackets. You can't find a front axle for these very easily. Thought maybe this is one of these elm trees trying to grow. Let's get a little baby in a cooler up in there. It's got the wrong one because somebody crashed the truck. And they had a Banks, so it's got all the piping for a Banks on it. There you go, Mike. This one's for you. I didn't buy those. They came in where the hell did they come from? They came in the they came in this truck, yeah. The kid that I got it from put them in there. This one, the alternator's on the other side, and I'm missing my cover. This one, you can actually get to the turbo. It's so much easier to work on these. Way easier. Every couple of years, I got to replace this. They always crack. I added a wire here. An extra. I don't know what it is. Some stupid car stereo kit from Walmart. But anyway, turbo back there, you can see where it's tapped. It's supposed to be tapped before the turbo. It's supposed to be tapped on the non-manifold side, not where the hot gas section. If you want to know the temperature of the exhaust gas that's exiting the engine, not as exiting the turbo and cooling off, this is a bank system that they have on here, and after they crashed everything, they cobbled it together and did some weird shit to it. I have a Super Duty intercooler, but it doesn't really want to fit very well, and I actually went through all the trouble. I took the whole front end off of the truck, and I went in here, and you can see where, if you look carefully, I went in here and I welded and cut some of the metal where the pipes need to go on both sides, because these trucks are not designed to run Super Duty intercooler. But the Banks kit was different. You see down in there. And when I first got the truck, they kept blowing out these elbows because they were from AutoZone and they're not made for boost. Now this one here is the charge pipe off of some big huge dump truck. This happened to be the right size that I needed. Now, so this is my redneck Ford. I need to get an air filter for it one of these days. They really want a lot of money for these stupid things. So this one here has the vacuum pump right here. Just a decent pumping vacuum. Anyway, there should be some kind of alarm here. So anyway, also I just replaced the original radiator not that long ago, so it made it a really long time. They had this on here, so they shortened the battery cable. It's actually supposed to go in here. Somebody did welding cable lugs and converted everything. One of these days I got to redo it all and get it fixed right. The truck had to be welded right here. I don't know if it happened from the accident, and then it had to be welded in here. You can't see it. Well, I guess you can see it a little bit right there. I welded it here and here, and then just hit it with some flat black. But it's got a different grill on it. The original grill looks a little bit screwed up. I actually found this grill at Goodwill, believe it or not. I mean, it was like, I don't remember how much it was. Maybe $19. My other one, they put fog lights in here, so this part didn't sit out right. They had it all screwed up. And so this truck, like the other one, is also a fleet truck. It has these goofy ass headlights. But some of the little rings are supposed to glow, but they don't. Maybe one of them does. Nope, none of them do. And somebody put these damn mirrors on it. They're not supposed to be the ones that are on it. My striker pin hose clamp modification. Anyway, we won't get into all that. Let's see, what was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna turn the headlights on all the way. See what they look like. They're pretty yellowy. They're projectors, but one of these is the ring is supposed to light up. I'd probably just, you know, order some new ones on Amazon. But I bought it with them on there. It's not very fun to drive around here because of the suspension being so damn stiff. The fact that it shook my brake controller right out of here. This dash is cracked to freaking hell. And yeah. Somebody took the original shifter thing off of it. It had a commercial radio in it too. So I still have an adapter here. I took the radio out of the truck because I had a guy that wanted my radio stuff. That was a deal that I made when I got that FTDX 3000. So this truck, I just got a couple of these other oddball tires, and I have put them on here before. You know, it's got a 4-inch lift, and these are 35s. So when I put the 245 65 17s on it, it looked pretty damn funny. It's got welded to the frame in places. There's a turnover ball gooseneck, a fifth wheel tailgate, some junk in the back here, one of the old seats. It was really driving me nuts because it was poking through here, and one of these days I just got to take it down to the junkyard. They wired up a horse trailer thing here, screwed it all up. So when I went and got this, I drove down to Las Vegas to buy it, and I rented a U-Haul trailer and it didn't work, and they wouldn't rent it to me. It was closing time. I drove this thing home from Las Vegas with basically, I think I had one tail light, no brake lights. They crossed the tail lights with the brake lights on the wiring to this thing because they literally had no fucking clue what they were doing. Look in here, you can see there's all sorts of stupid shit. I spent a good afternoon screwing around with this thing, trying to figure out what in the hell they did. And it was from when they screwed with everything else. They also had the frame piece broke loose over here. Really, really bad. Anyway, I forget what the hell was missing, but they had attempted to weld some stuff on it in certain places. I don't know what this is. It's like tar that's just dripping off of this truck. They must have drove it through something they shouldn't have, like fresh asphalt. So anyway. It does run rich. It smells like crap. In the winter, it'll make your eyes water. So it is a f250hd power truck.